The Goddess Provides by L. L. McKinney. Led by the bite of icy steel pulling at her brown wrists, Akani flexed her fingers, trying to regain some of the sensation stolen by the shackles. Clink, clink, clink. The chain that bound her to the soldier bounced against the scabbard at his hip. The steady rhythm matched the thud of his feet on the cold, packed dirt. "Make way!" he boomed, his voice sharp with self-importance. Bodies shuffled aside, clearing a path. The soldier gave the chain a yank, jerking Akani forward. "Keep up!" Pain tore at her ankles and feet. Hunger twisted in her gut. A pounding had set in behind her eyes last night and refused to fade, but she breathed deep and slow. "I am stone. I am the mountain." Dozens of dark eyes followed their progression. "That's her," voices murmured, the sound flowing in and out like waves. "Kazili Heshane. Cursed." Brown faces crowded in and round each other to get a look at the princess turned prisoner, the Forsaken One. Akani lifted her chin and met as many of those gazes as possible. "You're all going to die for what you've done." The ground curved upward, and Akani struggled briefly to keep her footing. The soldier did not slow. He moved with purpose, his armored shoulders back and his head high. Muted moonlight danced on the embroidered swatches of red stitched into emerald cloth at his back, made to look like bloody slashes in the fabric. It was the banner of Tosin the lion. To Akani, it was the mark of a betrayer. Higher they climbed. The chill crawled up her limbs, stiffening them, but she would not falter. For 3 days she had marched, exhausted, humiliated, but she would not break. Not yet. The wind carried the scent of soot, iron, blood-soaked earth and winter cold, the smell of war. Fire flickered in the torch stands, now lining the path. The crackle was like whispers on the air, warning of the danger ahead. At the top of the hill, a massive structure of leather and thatching rested at the center of the city of war tents. The trappings were extravagant, giving it the appearance of a fortress. Banners snapped in the breeze, all of them bearing the same green scarred with crimson claw marks. The soldier stopped in front of 2 guards posted on either side of the entrance. "Watch her." He handed the end of the chain to the one on the left, a wisp of a man, a boy really. He was not much taller than Akani, and appeared younger than her 17 seasons. His eyes, wide and uncertain, darted back and forth, and the one who brought her between her and the one who brought her here. "Watch her," the soldier repeated with a lifted finger. "Closely." "Yes, sir." The boy's dark hand shook as it clutched the chain. "And show some balls." "Yes, sir." The second guard drew back the flaps so the soldier could enter, then followed him inside. Voices filled the air in their wake, quiet, muffled. Akani drew her shoulders back and mustered as much of her royal bearing as she could. "Tosin is conscripting children into the armies now." She kept her voice quiet. "I'm not a child." The boy lifted his chin, though his voice did falter slightly. "It is an honor to serve the lion." "Tosin the lion." Akani spat the words in mockery. They tasted foul, putrid, bearing only the weight of anger coiling inside her. "Tosin the coward." "Watch your tongue." "Tosin the murderer." His hands are stained with innocent blood. His soul is rot. He would be a king, but all he will rule is death. "Tosin. Tosin will lead us to a new age, a new prosperity. We will be blessed. The goddess provides. But you would know nothing of that, would you, Hessian? Blasphemer." The rush of wind swept over the hilltop. It snatched at the cloak around Akani's shoulders and batted at the flames in the large basins on either side of the door, nearly snuffing them out. With a curse, the boy bent to grab a log from the small pile of wood just to the side of the basin nearest him. He only had one hand to work with since he was holding the chain to her shackle, but he managed to toss wood onto one flame and then the other. The fire slowly revived, as if wary to come out into the freezing night air.